A pleasure to meet all at last, and now we're at it again with another animal worth talking about on this channel. So for this instance, what we're going to do is we're going to have raccoons, spoken of for number 2795. Now I will say, raccoons are another favorite of mine that I've had over the years because of a number of different reasons. You got pop culture appearances like Pocahontas, Over the Hedge, or even that one episode in American Dad. But then of course, we could talk a bit about how the raccoons are also well known for digging into people's trash. But you could say the same thing for many other animals out there. Some skunks have been known to do so. Dogs and cats, believe it or not, can be trash manglers at some points. And there have been cases in Colorado, for instance, where bears have been known to mess around with people's dumpsters and stuff. So you could say that the animal spectrum, based on the likelihood of getting trash as a source of nutrition for themselves, especially if they're starving and whatnot, the spectrum could be a bit high in terms of what circumstances are like. We know that some of the most common species of animals out there are the insects, like flies, spiders, mosquitoes, gnats. They are known to go around trash all the time. And we know that some birds out there, like gulls, can also hover around the trash pile or dump. But regardless of all that, we could see raccoons as having the bittersweet reputation of having the ire of being trash pandas. Yeah, I don't know exactly where the connection is at between a trash can and the panda bear, because raccoons are not at all related to panda bears. Bears are ursine, whereas raccoons are procyonids. Completely different animal groupings in the zoological arc. So why exactly do they have the nickname? Well, it could be because the internet practically ruined it. Like a lot of things have been turned out. I mean, I am not saying that C word. But I will at least point out that raccoons still do have a pretty big place in our society. Not only because of their unique job of cleaning up the trash when the trashmen are not able to do so, or the fact that most of the time they're actually not nearly as bad as many other animals out there in the wild. In fact, sometimes they can be seen as pretty friendly to some people. But we know that if we really want to go for friendly animals in the wild, we could talk a bit about the quokka. Yeah, an Australian species that's been known very well for being photogenic and even running up to people for a snack. But again, only so much time I have and only so much episodes that I'm gonna wrangle around for that little thing. So I feel like a really big significance as to the raccoon's existence and the need for them to cooperate with our society would have to be the fact that, much like the opossums, the foxes, and many other species of animals I talked about, they've been seen as a pretty unique exotic pet. Yeah, so if llamas or lizards or anything of the sort don't really appeal to you all that well, find yourself a raccoon. Whether it would come from a farm or from some land of some sorts. Even Save a Fox has been able to put together some arrangements for the accommodations specifically required to take care of raccoons, among many other animals that I've talked about. So, yeah, it's a rare occasion in which that one organization has gotten lots of animals all together. But as we know, times are pretty dark and a bit uneventful at the moment. Mostly because one of the primary co-founders had unfortunately kicked the bucket. The internet was just a dark place at that time, and I'm sure today. Once we find out these perpetrators, I swear, I will execute them head on. But that's just a start. There's a lot of things that I intend to do to make the internet a little less ravenous. But that's pretty much an entirely different video. So in the end, we can see raccoons as being just as effective in keeping us company and keeping us entertained. There's lots of YouTube channels, believe it or not, about raccoons entirely. And the raccoons themselves are not only the center stars of attention, but entertainment as well. I could tell you about one raccoon who actually taste tested a lot of chips and found out which ones they liked the most. But again, that's a little too much time worth discussing. So all in all, raccoons are another unique species, and I'm more than glad that I'm going to include them in this little series. But it'll be a little while before I intend on making another sub-series for HJN, so we'll wait until that happens. But most importantly, if you want to see the rest that I intend to do for animals we're talking about on this channel, then make sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow me wherever you can find me, and stay on the Hollywood side.